Good morning and welcome to the MyTarot morning reflection, daily inventory, and check-in with the universe. And reminder to take a breath. So something I kind of realized this morning is that each morning I look over my shoulder to see what the weather's like outside, which again is indicative of the fact that I still run around in the mornings. Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, Jenny. It is a wonderful Wednesday. But I notice that I do a lot of running around still. Maureen. I'm not even going to try and interpret the oomph but mumps, because that's how I feel sometimes. But and I decided this morning, instead of just looking over my shoulder, I actually stepped outside. It's a little bit damp. It's wonderful outside. And I agree. Maureen, are you okay? Oh, are you okay? So, it's not like you're you're not typing in the back of a trunk or something like that, right? Or it might be Canadian. I watch a lot of Canadian shows, so I really do. But if you need anything, Maureen, you just let us know. So yep, I actually stepped outside, felt the briskness of the air, and instead of that's how I spend my life, is behind a window or behind a screen a lot of times and don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Just over my shoulder. It's like, no, step into it. Good morning, not wearing my glasses. So, welcome again to the MyTarot morning reflection, daily inventory, and all that other wonderful stuff. So, also, I've been, I've had several false starts to writing a book. And I've actually gone through, and I'm going through my transcripts here for the last several years, and I'm seeing if I can define the cards based on the live readings. So I'm going through and I'm finding all the cards, because I've covered all the cards at least a dozen times by this point, and finding how I described it when I'm in that reading mode. And I'm going to try and create a narrative based on how I actually read live, instead of what I think a card means. Instead of what I think it means, I want to put down what it meant at the time. The base of the meaning always stays the same during a reading. It's just that the discussions bring up different aspects, and I want to try and see if I can grab those different aspects. So I've got several of them done already, and it's interesting. If nothing else, I'll just put it on a website or something. But anyway, we're here to actually check in with our feet. At least my feet. I know where mine are. Mine are flat on the floor. Oh, rolling the ankles, checking the butt, doing the kitty dance, taking a breath and checking in with the shoulders. Oh my goodness. And then rolling the neck. And turning that breath and the rolling of the neck into like throwing that light switch that says, let's see what the universe does have for us today. What does Jenny say here? You're a good proofreader, non-professional. Maybe I'll send you a couple. Maybe I'll drop them off on through Facebook, just see what your thoughts are. Again, it's like, will I accomplish it? Well, I've done so many false starts. I have enough false starts to start a book. So, what are we doing here then? This is where the universe gets to hold up a mirror and ask us, what do we see? And this is where the universe says, what do you see? And we can use the tarot for that reflection. So what am I going to do here then? I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path. this conversation's a totally different path from this one. And the question is, which one do we want to take today? And let's take, and again, it's so funny because it really is that intuition. It's like, it's what are we really drawn towards? It's like, and today I'm just going to take the top stack, or what I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. So I'm going to do hour, 3, and 1. And I will flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book that may or may not ever get written. And the first card is today. Oh, it's one of my favorite cards, you know? And it all comes down to perspective, and it all comes down to how we choose to view it. I know this card pops up. Generally, I watch people readings and they give us, but this card really is just a 10. It's a 1 and a 0. It's when we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, we'll do something else. But until then, is it really so bad where we're having such a bad day where we have 10 swords and even a sword stuck in our ear here? So swords are what? Swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. You know, we get one sword, it's an idea, and then we just run through the whole gambit here, you know, until finally it's just, instead of setting swords aside or instead of taking a break, we have things that we're trying to get done. And like that frog, you know, the the false analogy of a frog in a pot where you slowly heat it up and the frog just stays there because we get so used to it. You know, whether it's true or not, it's a great analogy. So, of course, I always call this the I'm okay card. You know, again, because he's also giving us this little hand signal there that says I'm okay. You know, but this is just one of those things where it's a minor, so it's a day-to-day card. What are the things that, whether we realize it or not, that are causing us stress today? We talked a little bit yesterday about it, the day before that, because everybody has something. You know, whether it's paying for a European vacation that we went on, or what am I going to do? Because last night Mina came home and there were raccoons on and in our trash. When she pulled up, they scattered. They climbed the back area where I have my carport, and it's got a nice little screened area there. And they jumped through that wooden screen stuff and just made it bend over. They broke it, and then they turned around as they're sitting there, and it's bent, and they're staring at her. So there's another little stressor. It's like, is that the straw that breaks the camel's back? Probably not, because the pictures were adorable. But now I know this weekend what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be fixing my carport. You know, so add 20 other things to that. And it really was adorable, the picture. But, you know, sometimes when we don't let it go, let's see, you guys all made me chuckle so much this morning that I actually laughed when the Ten of Swords showed up. Yeah, you know, it's the welcome to life, you know. At least we're this side of the green, right? So, yes, we have stressors. But let's see what the next card is. Oh, look at this. When we get stressed out, what do we naturally want to do? And it's the 5 of Wands. And Wands are what? Fire, passion, creativity, their action, their movement, right? So when we get stressed out, when we are just, you know, again, got up on the wrong side of the bed, for some reason we forgot to order coffee or get coffee, and now it's like we are waking up and we're like, what? Just sniffing a coffee can because we don't have coffee. It's just whatever it is, because the 5s are always a challenge, right? 5s are halfway to 10. So when we think of it like this, we have the 10 of Swords, and it just makes us grumpy sometimes. Well, this 5 of Swords is 5 of Wands is reversed. So it's almost like we lay down half our swords because we're talking about it here. It's like, I didn't even know that I was stressed. Or, you know what? Maybe I just need to be careful because maybe I'm just setting myself up to be grumpy. But when this card is reversed, it means that instead of acting out on it and doing all this stuff, we become aware of it because we are discussing it right now. So let's see what the next card is. To the Page of Pentacles. We get a lot of pages. I did notice that as going through. We get a lot of pages, and pages are what? Pages are when we are open to learning something, right? Pages are, you know, where in the 1500s, as I always put it, page is sent off to a court to learn how to, to learn court life, to go from being a page to a knight, from a knight to a king. And the pages are open to doing things differently, seeing things differently. So this page, and of course, court cards can be us, somebody else, part of the situation, all that stuff. But of course, this page is just looking at one thing at a time. And it's a reminder of what? Yes, we have bills to pay. Yes, we have life to deal with. Yes, sometimes we forget to ask for help. And we know that it wants to trigger that discussion with the people around us who just, whether we love them or not, get on our nerves. Whether it's work or not, just I'm not in the mood. But again, this Five of Wands represents what we're doing right now, which is, we're recognizing that as we walk out the door, things may not work out, but we don't need to fight everybody. We don't need to fight the person whose car pulls in front of us. And instead, we can just say, you know what? I'm going to take a look at this with the energy of the page, and I'm going to look at it one thing at a time. Because this is the Page of Coins, and coins are home, health, finances, and most importantly, the element of earth and all the things that keep us grounded. This card is just a breath, a recognition of what we might feel, what we might do, and what we can do to alleviate it all. Not that we do, nobody's perfect, but that Five of Wands is our discussion. And it's not like this where we're going to go to town. It's like this because when that person pulls out in front of us on the traffic, we're going to recognize that it's us and not them. So, and it's all because we have this discussion. So let's look at the advice card, which is the Two of Coins. And coins are, again, home, health, finances, all the things that keep us grounded. But what happens when we let the Ten of Wands get to us, or the Ten of Swords? Ten of Wands, too, if you want. Ten of Swords, we lose our balance. We mentally just are just ready to get knocked off balance. So the Two of Coins reminds us that we need to be grounded so that when somebody cuts in line at the grocery store, we don't pick up a wand and wave it at them. That instead, maybe we come at it as the page and we just analyze the moment for what it is. Let them live their lives because we don't know why they feel so frustrated or why they need to do that because they didn't discuss it in the morning. So today it's about just it's about recognizing, choosing our actions, and then growing from it. And with that, I hope again everybody has that glorious, amazing, and wonderful, wonderful day. If somebody pulls out in front of you, even if we feel like it's their fault that we're late, remember that it's all just one of those lessons, one of those things we can pick up a coin and learn about. because it's not going to knock us off balance. Take care, and I will see everybody again tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears written in gold. Truth appears.